Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stefan's police admission, Ava's disclosure, John's harm control, Xander delivered Days of Our Lives spoilers for the 7-day stretch of Walk 18 are in. Stefan DiMera transforms himself into the police. This could be terrible information for EJ DiMera. Coming up in Salem, Harris Michaels drops a stunner on Ava Vitali. John Dark attempts to cause harm control with Constantine Melianis. Also, Xander Cook gets delivered on bail. Continue to peruse to figure out the thing is coming up in the Peacock drama. Days of Our Lives Stefan DiMera's police admission DOL uncover that EJ has an arrangement for Stefan's escape. Notwithstanding, Stefan winds up denouncing any and all authority and runs into Chad DiMera. Days of Our Lives Stefan's police admission, Ava's revelation, John's harm control, Xander delivered. Since Stefan is tanked, he will by and by cross the line with Chad. Eventually, Chad persuades Stefan to transform himself into the police. Stefan does this, yet this could be an issue for EJ. DOL Ava Vitali's revelation during the 7-day stretch of Walk 18, Harris and Ava sizzle between the sheets. Luxuriating in their personal phosphorescence, Harris will most likely admit to Ava that Stefan is the person who shot him. Ava will be irate with Stefan. Afterward, anticipate that Harris should drop a sign that there is an issue with his arrangement with Stefan. Days of Our Lives John Dark's harm control. Days of Our Lives uncover that Steve Johnson gives John affirmation about Katharina in Aria. Subsequently, John will concede reality to Marlena Evans. John intends to apologize to Constantine, then, at that point, transform himself into the police. In any case, Constantine could have different plans. DOL fans will likewise see Sloane Peterson Brady get into a battle with Eric Brady. Afterward, Eric has another inclination that Holly Jonas isn't by and large absolutely honest about the medications. Can Eric persuade Holly to concede reality for herself as well with respect to Tate Dark? Besides, Xander gets delivered on bail. Xander will be appreciative to rejoin with Sarah Horton and child Victoria Cook. In any case, what will the following difficulty be for Zara? There will likewise be what comes next for Tate. As fans review, Tate was captured subsequent to being busted with Holly. Tate asked Holly to come clean, yet she didn't. All things being equal, Holly blacked out. With Tate's most current capture, his future doesn't look great. What is the deal with Robert Scott Wilson? Days of Our Lives star Robert Scott Wilson has been keeping exceptionally bustling both on and off screen. The entertainer, who is most popular for his job as Alexis Kyriakis, is certainly a fan number one among Cleanser fans. Not only is he staggeringly attractive and capable, but at the same time he's one of the most sensible stars in the daytime TV world. Here is a little rewind of what's been happening in his life. Days of Our Lives rewind. What is the deal with Robert Scott Wilson? Days of Our Lives star Deidre Lobby imparted a photograph in February to her co-star, Robert Scott Wilson. Deidre subtitled her photograph with, "In the event that you do a thing sufficiently long, individuals begin to duplicate you." At Robert Scott Wilson at Days Peacock #Days. A considerable lot of Deidre's web-based entertainment supporters remarked on the photograph with, "My fantasy group coming through with the matching closet." #Great minds, alongside, continuously giving great face. In October, RSW said he needs to work with General Clinic's Maurice Bernard. Robert put it along these lines, "I'd truly prefer to converse with Maurice Bernard. I met him momentarily at the Emmy around quite a while back, however saying hi was truly. A photographic artist requested that we meet up and snapped a photo. However, I might want to meet him once more and get his feedback a smidgen. He's a really fascinating fellow and an extraordinary entertainer." Over the mid-year, RSW shared a shirtless photograph of himself while taking a gander at a mirror with what resembles part of the Boston seaport and horizon behind him. The Massachusetts subtitled his provocative post with, "In the event that I post where I'm at I previously left." Days of Our Lives rewind. RSW loves his fans obviously, Robert cherishes his fans similarly however much they love him, and that is the reason he frequently shares photographs like the one he did in his restroom consistently. You totally need to cherish a man who is that fearless about himself, correct? We are certainly not whining about the view, by the same token. Meanwhile, let us in on your thought process by leaving us a line with your viewpoints in our remarks segment beneath. Days of Our Lives airs non-weekend days on the Peacock organization. Actually, look at your neighborhood postings for times. Wedding trip ghastliness for Johnny and Chanel, dream getaway transforms into bad dream? Days of Our Lives and updates bother. A wedding trip ghastliness could occur for Johnny and Chanel Dupree DiMera. They've been gifted for certain evenings at the Horton Lodge, however it has a terrible history. It's even been portrayed as a revile. Days of Our Lives history of repulsions at the Horton Lodge. There's a past filled with revulsions at the Horton Lodge, all that from individuals being kept locked down there to individuals burning down it. Chad DiMera as of late cautioned Johnny of a DiMera family revile that could influence Chanel as Johnny's better half conceded. Chad is as yet faltering from Abigail DiMera's passing. Days of Our Lives wedding trip loathsomeness for Johnny and Chanel, dream excursion transforms into bad dream? In any case, after a little wedding in Paulina Value's clinic room and the pressure related with her disease, they'll seize the opportunity to move away. They'll figure out Paulina will be okay after a supernatural occurrence visit, and Abe Carver, James Reynolds, returning his memory once again for sure. Thus, Chanel and Johnny will be allowed to proceed to live it up, despite the fact that they'll need to remain nearby home for good measure. DOL another person might be aware of the lodge and be utilizing it. Where Johnny and Chanel could run into inconvenience is if another person is familiar with the lodge and is involving it for a refuge. Clyde Weston is aware of it. Here Ben Weston helped Sierra Brady Weston after she broke her leg on her cruiser. Clyde could hang out there with his excessively youthful sweetheart Rebecca Goldman, yes the screwy cop, and that would be the more hazardous circumstance. Those two almost killed Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin, and they do likewise to Johnny and Chanel. There's one more opportunities for a lodge occupant without timeshare honors, and he's connected with Johnny. Days of Our Lives E.J. DiMera is sending Stefan DiMera out of the country. Johnny's father, E.J. DiMera likewise is familiar with the Horton Lodge and he could stash Stefan DiMera there while hanging tight for transport. Stefan trusted in E.J. about the Clyde issues and E.J. believed it best to send him to another country for some time, after much contention between the two. Stefan won't be a threat to Johnny and Chanel, yet they will not have a lot honeymooning time with an unnecessary extra person uncle in the lodge. Nonetheless, bother would surely be desirable over the awfulness that Clyde and Goldman could cause, so perhaps offering crowdedness to Stefan wouldn't be simply terrible. Be that as it may, it would be vastly improved on the off chance that they just had the lodge to themselves. Greg Vaughn's health-related crisis spring break turns out badly. Days of Our Lives uncover that Greg Vaughn was expecting a pleasant vacation when he made a beeline for Colorado with his children, however his spring break turned out badly. The DOL star shared some photographs after his critical consideration visit and recounted the narrative of how he wound up there on his Instagram account. Greg Vaughn implied about his excursion accompanying a lathery curve and recommended it was completely another extraordinary Vaughn experience, so he was clearly feeling great regardless of a serious trial. After the primary day of the outing, Vaughn said he encountered some windedness alongside wheezing and clog following the cold circumstances. Vaughn likewise had a migraine, however he made an honest effort to muscle through. I had hydrated the entire day, so into the night I drank a container of Pedialyte and New York quilled myself out for the night to be prepared to handle Brack with the young men the following morning. Vaughn said in his post. In any case, Vaughn couldn't get a lot of rest and ended up feeling a lot of more terrible the following morning with extra side effects. Notwithstanding attempting to recharge so he might in any case partake in some downtime with his young men, Vaughn at long last collapsed and got analyzed. 2 entire days gone, enough was sufficient. I at last gave up and went to critical consideration, and to my shock I discovered that I was encountering extreme height disorder. Vaughn made sense of. Since Vaughn's blood oxygen level was off track and his lungs were loaded up with liquid, it's great that he looked for treatment. Vaughn offered refreshes on some certain news somewhat later since his well-being was at long last getting to the next level. Indeed, 4 hours later, 2 or 3 packs of 4 and oxygen tank lashed to my face, I was informed that I expected to get off the mountain right away. Vaughn said.